you, and we'll go ahead and transition to the San Jose Police Department, Captain Ta.
Juan, thank you for inviting me tonight. I know we have the vice presidential debates, so I was watching that a little bit, and it was quite enlightening. So I will keep this brief in case people are going to continue to watch that or have recorded it perhaps so they can enjoy it later. But thank you again, Juan, for all that you do for the community and always including me in on these discussions because they are important. So I'm going to just go over just some quick crime trends. And I know that in previous meetings we had talked about the ability for the community to actually punch in their address on our website and get real crime statistics within their area. So I do want to still impress upon you to encourage people to do that, because I think, you know, I wish I had the capacity to know what was happening in every single street and neighborhood, but I don't. And so if people want to know about something very specific to their area, they can use that website, and then we can discuss that on upcoming meetings. So just in general, in Foothill Division, robberies are down by almost 60%. So we track robberies to include strong arm robberies where people are accosted and, you know, either by force, you know, they're pushed down on the ground and some article of property is stolen, or sometimes robberies occur in a commercial setting like a department store, a liquor store, or a check cashing store. So that is down. It was 14 last August, and it's down to 6 this August. So that's a good sign. Aggravated assaults, which are assaults that occur where people have injuries, like significant injuries, not just superficial injuries, that is trending a little bit up. Last year in August, it was about 15, and we're up to 20 this year. So in looking a little deeper in aggravated assaults, we are seeing that domestic incidences between family members, you know, whether they live at that household or they are extended family members, that has risen a little bit. I think that's unique to the COVID situation that we have with the shelter in place. We are seeing a lot more debt-related assaults. So debt meaning somebody owes somebody else money. And so there's a lot of stress and unfortunately associated assaults because of debt. And we are seeing assaults as a result of landlord-tenant type of situations where, again, that's still kind of debt-related. Burglaries are still flat. So last year in August, we had 8 for the month. This year we have 8. But I can say that the residential break-ins are a lot less because people, quite frankly, are home. So thieves don't really want to go in and break into a house when somebody's home. So we are seeing less residential break-ins, but we are seeing more commercial break-ins. A lot of businesses still are not functioning to full capacity. And so as a result, they're a little bit more vulnerable, you know, in terms of their opening hours and when the managers or the owners can actually go there and just make sure everything is okay. Citywide, trending issues are homeless concerns. That is a major issue. As you guys know, the homeless response team is still shuttered due to the virus. We are seeing a rash of reckless driving, speed show type of incidences happening all throughout the city. We have a specific strategy on dealing with it. And when we do it well, nobody hears about it. But of course, when other incidences happen, if we have a major incident somewhere in the city, a shooting or a homicide, we have to divert resources to that event. And so consequently, some of the strategies that we use for disrupting speed shows and side shows and things like that, that becomes very stressed. And so we have limited staffing. We do the best we can. And sometimes luck of the draw on what happens during that evening really kind of constitute how well we can address some of the sideshow activity. And we are still having a lot of protests. Most of them, if not all, are peaceful. However, we do have a contingency plan in place and personnel dedicated to respond if it turns out to not be peaceful. So what that results into the community is that those dedicated officers that have to be readily available for the protests are not available to help the community for 911 calls or proactive patrolling. So we do see an indirect kind of effect when those peaceful protests do occur. Generally, those are Friday and Saturday nights. Some of them in the afternoon, but in the evening times, we're stretched very, very thin. So like I said, we are doing our best to address all the different issues. However, as you guys know, we deal with violence and injuries first, and then we deal with all other concerns after. So that's my my quick little presentation and update. I was wondering if you guys have any questions I may be able to answer for you guys.
I don't see questions, so I want to thank you for the information and for taking the time due to that, given that unavoidable conflict with the vice presidential debate.